Okay.
Okay, Jordan. They say they're on.
We good, or we gotta wait another minute?
You're on.
What?
You're good.
Almost.
All right.
The meeting of May 21st. If we would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your hand over your heart and begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If we could please have the roll call.
Councilmember Hernandez.
Here.
Councilmember Olson.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Cassidy. Here. Mayor Marshall.
Here. We will have an invocation. As you know, we are here having our council meeting today to honor the passing of City Council member and friend Pam Albers. So if you can sit. And as you probably know, we're not going to be doing any business today. After this time, we will be closing the meeting. But I can imagine Pam saying, "What the hell are you doing? We have a lot of business to attend to, and I got to ask Bob about that chairlift, and we got to figure out what's going on." So, sorry, Pam, we love you that much that we're not going to do business today. So first, we would like to have a moment of silence for Pam and also for Alfonso Casillas, who passed away this past week as well. Okay. As you walked in the door, you probably saw their flowers. Thank you all for taking one. But we were sitting around trying to think about Pam, and I like those little acrostic things where P is for, A is for, M is for, and come up with words. And we came up with some, and I'm sure some of you will have your own when you think of Pam. But these are the ones that came to mind when we think of her, especially as it relates to city council and the work she did as city attorney for 21 years. So I will just go through her acrostic. She was very pragmatic. Pam was very realistic. She looked at the facts. She was on the computer. She'd come to these meetings, and boy, she was ready with research nobody else had. And we appreciated her ability to do that. She was an advocate and an activist for women's rights, animal rights, environmental rights. She was very active on the national political scene, and many of you participated in a lot of the things that she did in that regard. She was very magnanimous. She was very unselfish and very giving. She was very accomplished. And this is kind of like pragmatic, but she could evaluate an issue from many sides and present the issues in a very expert fashion. She was very concise when she spoke. You knew what she was saying. She was very learned as well as educated. As you know, she was an attorney, and she fulfilled a dream as a chef with her own cafe, and she also dabbled in theater. She was very brave, and her closest friends know this better than anybody. You have been with her for years and supporting her. From a council perspective, we never knew. You could never tell how sick she was because she kept persevering. She was just an amazing woman that way. She was very efficient and effective. And again, we could see that at council meetings. She was always very prepared. She was rare. I know no one like her. And you all, I'm sure, can say the same for those of you who know her well. And she was very stylish. I don't know when it was she got started. I guess when she was city attorney. I don't know how much money she spent online buying retro clothes, and from the hats to her earrings to the shoes to her purse, she was $1 million. And as Janny said, when you walked into her apartment, it looked like you were walking into Paris. So that is Pam in a simple acrostic. I believe this isn't really an opportunity for everybody to go up to speak, because I know you all will be organizing something for her in the future. However, I believe Janny Hall wanted to come up and say something as her friend. We get y'all?
It's one or all.
Okay.
Well, where's the camera? Okay.
Put that mic down, yes.
So we would just like to address this specifically to her parents, who are in Colorado and may or may not be able to make it out here. And their names are Eugene and Arlene, and this is Leslie and Paula, and I'm Janny. I'll start. Dear Eugene and Arlene, it's difficult to express how much we all share in the grief you feel for your daughter and sister. She was such a powerful part of our island family. We just want you to know how much gratitude we feel to have spent the time watching her work with such discerning eyes, such relentless energy, and uncanny ability to scrutinize BS. But also her generosity and her compassion for the world. You created a highly evolved human being in every way. Not only could she sing and cook and design and act and sew, she was truly the Ruth Bader Ginsburg of Avalon, fighting for all things she cared about. We love her and miss her dearly, but I will stop now because I hear her saying, "Don't get goopy." Farewell, great lady. You'll ever be missed.
Thank you, Jen. That was beautiful.
I think Janny and Annie, you did, I just have to say thank you to everybody for all the outpouring of love. I didn't get to know Pam while she was city attorney. I never got to partake in her culinary efforts at the cafe, but I've heard so much. I was not part of the Women's Forum or other activities that she impacted here in Avalon. I did know when I met her that she was a person of tremendous intellect and a particular sensibility of how she lived her life that made us instant friends. Pam was outspoken with strong convictions. She was not necessarily liked by everyone, despite her charm, but there was no denying that her beliefs were well-informed and based on investigation and a strong ethical compass. If you were a person who did not like Pam for her directness, I do not believe that you could not respect her. I am so grateful for the time she was my friend and that we were able to do so many things she loved and were only made better because of her presence. My grief is not assuaged by the knowledge that her physical suffering is over. Rest in peace forever, friend.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity to honor Pam and to give us this chance to speak directly to her parents. I know they will see this eventually one day. I've known Pam for many, many years, but we've been more close these last 3 years. And like Janny and Paula, have had wonderful adventures together and conniving schemes to tackle issues locally and nationally. You just never know what's going to happen. On May 19th, I was the lucky one. I was going to see Pam, and I was her rescue committee. I was going to take her out of that hospital, take her to her friend's house, Jeannie, and let her rest there for a few days before she came home to the island. And when I arrived, we shared pleasantries, and we were so happy to see each other. We hadn't seen each other for a week, and we chit-chatted, and she had our route planned and where we were going to stop and how long it was going to take. She knew it right down to the minute. She had a plan. The divine design, the universal grace that surrounds us, had a different plan for Pam. And how grateful I am to this very minute that I was able to be part of that plan in her life. How lucky was she to pass quickly, to pass without suffering, and to pass surrounded by love and comfort from all the nurses and staff that were there with her, along with myself. If we could all be so lucky to have that kind of grace surround us when we pass from this life to the next. So what is the true essence that we take from Pam, along with all of the many accomplishments and all of the circles that she touched, and her integrity and her devotion? What is the true essence? What do we really take away? And this is what I take away, that you just never know. So be present with your loved ones. When that inner voice tells you, call them up or take them soup or write them a letter, do it. There were a lot of reasons maybe I didn't want to get on that boat that day. One of them was it was windy. But you know what? I knew I wanted to be there. And however it happened, I am so grateful that I was. And so we can learn from this, to love each other, to be kind to each other, and to be there for each other in every moment that we can. So thank you. Thank you, Pam, for being in this life with us. And we will treasure you forever.
Thank you. Okay. Well, now we will adjourn the meeting. And if you would like to come forward with your rose and place it in one of the vases, you may, or if you'd like to take it with you as a remembrance. If you want to mill around and chit-chat, that's fine as well. Thank you. For a dull moment. I borrowed tequila. Like a straw glass. Oh, you're a straw.
Rose and flows of angel hair, and ice cream castles in the air, and feather canyons everywhere. Looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and they snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way that you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. and you leave them laughing when you go. And if you can, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions that I recall. I really don't know love. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. Oh, but now old friends, they're acting strange, and they shake their heads and they tell me that I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. It's life's illusions that I recall. I really don't know life. I really don't know life at all.
Before our love got lost, you said, I am as constant as a northern star. And I said, constantly in the darkness, where's that at? If you want me, I'll be in the bar, on the back of a cartoon coaster, in the blue TV screen light. I drew a map of Canada, oh Canada, with your face sketched on it twice. Oh, you're in my blood like holy wine. It tastes so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet. Oh, I would still be on my feet. live in a box of paints. I'm frightened by the devil, and I'm drawn to those ones that ain't afraid. I remember that time you told me, you said love is touching souls. Surely you touch mine, 'cause part of you pours out of me in these lines from time to time. Oh, you're in my blood like holy wine. You taste so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you. She knew your life, she knew your devils and your deeds, and she said, go to him, stay with him if you can, but be prepared to bleed. Oh, but you are in my blood, you're my holy wine. You're so bitter, bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink of you, darling. Still I'd be on my feet, I would still